Hey Martin, how's it going? I got your email about kind of your hands being sore from practicing, and that's a pretty typical experience for new players. And I'm going to give you a technique that I think you'll find really useful. It was one that I got. Um, I had this gig where I was playing for a dance group that did international music, and I was their kind of utility, you know, swing shift string guy. So if they were doing a Greek set, they would give me a bouzouki and say, you got 3 months and we have got shows. And that happened with a bouzouki, it happened with the Russian balalaika. And I would play and I would be so nervous about not doing well that I would just practice all the time and my hands would just ache. Sometimes they would actually bleed. With the balalaika, they bled. But so I started realizing that actually like squeezing and hitting the strings, the physical stuff, like that wasn't all that important. I mean, I did want to strengthen my hands and toughen up the ends of my fingers, but in this situation that wasn't the case. What was the most important things that I actually needed to be learning where my fingers needed to go. I needed to learn what I call the positioning. And so I started realizing that I could practice just placing my hands where they belonged. So this is the technique I want you to use. So I know it's the very beginning chords. So if you look at your G chord, you know that they go here, right? There's your G. Well, squeezing is like squeezing a lemon. It's not the most important part of making that chord. I mean, it is if you're going to play, but if your fingers are in the wrong spot, it's going to sound bad also. So what we really want to do is teach the fingers where to go. So what I would do is that I would simply bring my hand up, find my positional referencing, so that I didn't have to look at my hands, which means somewhere I'm going to be touching and going to the same spot every time so that my fingers know the distance. I get the distance, the arc of my fingers, they know where to go. And that is all done by one thing, and that's by repetition, by practicing it. So do that for every chord. Do that 10 times every chord. And you don't have to press down. Maybe once you can press down, you can actually fret the chord and strum and check it out. Otherwise, all you want to do is just put your fingers where they belong. And that will teach you so fast. And I will do that, say we have a new song, and that's the very first thing you'll do with your chords is that you'll go through and you will, what I call, do a chord inventory, which means you're just going to mark each chord once. You're going to go through and position your fingers without putting them down. I don't care if it's 2 measures of 4. Once you squeeze the chord and strum, all you're doing is practicing your right hand. What you want to be doing is practicing your fretting hand. So we would go G, maybe the song goes G, C, G, D, G. So rather than going 4 bars of that, 4 bars of that, we're just going to go G, C, G, D, G. And I've gone all the way through the chord changes of the song. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play them. And I've gone all the way through the song without strumming for 2 bars on each. And then when it comes time to actually want to play the song, then I'll strum, because then I'm building strength in my fretting hand, I'm getting accuracy and control over the pick. But the main thing is, if you want to practice your left hand, which is the biggest issue for most people, is where do my fingers go to get the correct chords, do this touch practice, this position practice. And you can do that watching television or videos or whatever. You can be staring out the window and doing this, and you're subconsciously training your brain and your fingers where to go. Okay? So give that a shot. I think that'll help out a lot. Good luck. Talk to you soon.